Hello, good evening to you and a warm welcome to Business Live. Coming up in this bulletin, government revises inflation target down to 12% from the earlier 16% projection. We'll hear from Chief Executive Officer of Ghs5 Joe Jackson whether the new target can be achieved.
The two of them sit down and they will keep to their commitment that they will keep deficit financing under control. They will keep their budget under control. The governor will do all in his effort to remove excess liquidity from the market. It can happen.
Also in this bulletin, Finance Minister charges newly inaugurated Ghana Revenue Authority Board to begin work to fully automate operations of the administration.
Withdrawal of USAID funding alone has impacted over $78 million in health and $156 million in economic growth programs.
Plus, from passionate artist to savvy entrepreneur, we continue to tell the story of B.A. Champong on the Joy business van. We have details of this and more for you. Please stay on. Thanks so much for your time. I am Pius Kojo-Bakai, looking at our stories. Chief Executive of Ghs5 Joe Jackson says the Bank of Ghana's revision of inflation target of 12% from the 16% projection earlier for 2025 can be achieved if government stays fiscally disciplined. In an interview with Joy Business on the sidelines of the International Monetary Fund World Bank spring meetings, the governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Esiama, made the disclosure, citing new monetary measures by the central bank alongside complementary fiscal actions by government. However, Mr. Jackson believes tight budget controls and specific spending will be crucial.
If the governor of the central bank and the Minister of Finance say that the inflation target is being revised downwards to 14%, I would say to you that the two of them their actions or inactions can either make it come true or not come true. They hold everything in their hands. And I would like to quote a Nigerian proverb. I used to live in Nigeria, and it says, "You are holding the knife, you are holding the yam. Why are you asking us how much you should cut for a slice?" If the governor is holding the yam and the Minister of Finance is holding the knife, and they tell you that they're going to cut it down to 14%, I would say, if they are commitment, it will happen. The elephant in the room has always been the government borrowing money, which is what you call deficit financing, over and above what is prudent. Now, if the two of them sit down and they will keep to their commitment, that they will keep deficit financing under control, they will keep their budget under control, the governor will do all in his effort to remove excess liquidity from the market. It can happen.
Minister for Finance, Dr. Kasiela Tuforsen, has charged the newly appointed board of the Ghana Revenue Authority to begin work to fully automate the operations of the GRA. This, he believes, will make the authority efficient and optimize their performance in mobilizing revenue. Dr. Forsen gave the charge during a short remark to inaugurate the new board, which is chaired by Kweku Rickett-Hagan, Member of Parliament for the Cape Coast South.
On a yearly basis, we have programmed to add at least 0.6% of GDP of additional revenue every year going forward, with the view to ensure that we do not only meet our fiscal target of primary surplus of 1.5% of GDP, but also our debt sustainability target of reducing the external debt service to revenue ratio from 28% in 2022 to 18% by the year 2028. The recent withdrawal of USAID funding alone has impacted over $78 million in health and $156 million in economic growth programs in areas of education and others. This development underscores the imperativeness to ensure domestic resource mobilization. And I want to use this opportunity to urge you that the time is now for us to look within and raise our own revenue. To achieve our revenue objectives, several key areas require our collective attention and urgent action. The first one has to do with accelerating the modernization of the Ghana Revenue Authority. This entails not merely upgrading systems, but transforming the GRA operational efficiency. A modern, efficient, and automated GRA will facilitate tax collection, minimize opportunities for avoidance, and significantly enhance the taxpayer's experience.
Well, the board chairman, Kweku Rickett-Hagan, assured of commitment to work with the GRA management to increase revenue through technology.
That the board will function in strict compliance with the Act. Together with my fellow members, we will provide the strategic oversight required to empower management, strengthen internal controls, combat tax evasion, and promote a culture of voluntary compliance among taxpayers while building a tax administration system that is supportive of economic growth. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the board commits to work together with the management and staff of the authority for an enhanced digital transformation, taxpayer education, taxpayer engagement, and staff capacity building, among others. This is because a modern revenue administration requires modern tools, skilled personnel, and strong ethical foundation.
You're still watching Business Live, and we've got to make way for that live press conference to be addressed by the Attorney General. And my man monitoring events for us there, Kweku Asante, joins me live with some updating. Kweku, has the presser begun?
At the moment, the Attorney General has not arrived as we speak. They are currently in court. The Attorney General has just filed 11 counts of criminal charges against Mr. Eduboahin and the wife, as well as the company that he co-founded that is alleged to have been used to perpetuate this so-called criminality, for which reason they have been charged. We do not know specifically what the Attorney General is going to discuss at this news conference, but we expect that there will be some updates on investigations under the Operation Recover All Loot Oral that the government has been embarking on since it was elected. A number of criminal charges we understand are going to be filed in the coming days. The first of John Dramani Mahamad's administration has just been filed. That is against Eduboahin, the former Signals Bureau boss, and the wife, as well as 2 other persons that have just been filed in court. As we speak, the persons their plea are being taken in court. Mr. Eduboahin, the information we are getting from Latif Idrisu, who is in court for us, is that Mr. Eduboahin and the wife are pleading not guilty to all the charges, which will open the way for a full trial to go through. And so we understand that the Attorney General will give us a brief overview of those investigations, how they've concluded. Recall that last month, the Attorney General was in this same building, addressed journalists about this same investigation and spoke about filing criminal charges at the end of March. March has ended, April is just about ending, and those criminal charges have now just been filed. What perhaps caused that delay in the Attorney General filing those charges? And so that will have to be explained. Also, the brewing brouhaha having to do with the suspension of the Chief Justice and the stands that have been taken by the Ghana Bar Association calling for the revocation of that suspension. We expect that that will also feature in the news conference that the Attorney General will address in the next few moments. But for now, he is busy in court, Dr. Dominic Ayeni, busy in court together with his deputy, Justice Shremsai, after filing 11 counts against Mr. Eduboahin and the wife, particularly having to do with stealing and defrauding by false pretenses. In court, Atachia, the lawyer for Mr. Eduboahin and the wife, as well as the 2 other persons, have said that they have been caught by surprise by the decision of the state to arraign the accused persons this very moment. But after hearing arguments from both sides, the presiding judge in this matter decided that the case should go ahead. And so the charges are being read individually to Mr. Eduboahin and the wife. We expect that they will plead not guilty to all of them. In fact, they've pleaded not guilty to about 3 counts as we speak. They will plead not guilty to all of the 11 counts that have been advertising on the charge sheet that is currently in court. And then once that is done, the matters having to do with bail will be discussed. Mind you, the wife and Mr. Eduboahin himself were admitted to bail by Yoko. They did go to the High Court to try and vary the bail conditions, and ultimately the court did grant them that. but that bill will expire with the new charges having been filed against them, and that would mean that the court will have to set new bail conditions in this matter today. It is not clear if that is set, they will be able to meet that today or perhaps tomorrow, and then Friday come back and complete that process. And so that is what is currently happening in court, where the charges being read to Mr. Dubois and the wife, who are pleading not guilty to that. When that process is concluded, like I said earlier on, the AG will be expected here to brief the nation on what exactly they have found after concluding investigation, which has led to the charges being filed against the former National Signal Bureau boss, the wife, and the company that they co-founded that the state alleged was used for some criminal enterprise. So, Pius, that is the situation. This news conference was billed to start at 4 p.m. It is past 5 p.m. now. It hasn't started, obviously because of the matter currently pending in court, and the Attorney General, together with the Deputy State Attorneys, prosecuting that matter currently in court. And we understand that right after that process is concluded, they will be here to brief the nation on that, as well as answer questions on a host of other national issues that has to do with justice delivery.
Asante, do monitor events for us and in that presser for us, and of course, that's when we need more clarification. And of course, when the presser begins, we will come to you subsequently. Still watching Business Live, we have the Joy Business Van after this break. Feel free to call BA Champon Gallery on 0243-058-956 to make an order. The number again to call is 0243-058-956. Now, let's shift focus to some other stories. MTN Ghana has recorded total revenue of about 5.4 billion cedis, representing a 39.4% increase for the first quarter of 2025 compared to the same period last year. And this was contained in the company's financial performance from January to March 2025, published by the Ghana Stock Exchange. More in this report.
The company posted a profit after tax of over 1.7 billion cedis for the same period. The Chief Executive Officer of MTN Ghana, Stephen Blewett, attributed the performance to strategic initiatives and investment across key business lines such as data, digital services, voice communications, and mobile money. According to the statement, service revenue increased by 39.6% to about 5.3 billion Ghana cedis compared to the same period last year. Total profit before tax for the period stood at 2.4 billion Ghana cedis. The company paid profit after tax of 719.7 million cedis, which is about twice what it paid for the same period under review. Total capital expenditure stood at 1.1 billion cedis, representing 3.6% less than what the company invested in the first quarter of the same period last year.
The Greater Accra Regional Branch of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry has initiated discussions to explore strategies for leveraging the government's 24-hour economic policy. Now, speaking to Joy Business at the Greater Accra Branch Executive Business Forum, Second Vice Chairman of the Chamber, Alexander Bewong, stated that the engagement is to enable members explore ways to leverage the 24-hour economic policy. More in this report. The Accra Regional Branch of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry Executive Business Forum seeks to identify opportunities and challenges associated with government's 24-hour economic policy and develop strategies to support businesses in adapting to the new operating hours. Speaking to Joy Business, Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the Chamber, Imran Kwache, said members are expected to share experiences, best practices, and innovative ideas on how to maximize the benefits of the 24-hour.
Because at the end of the day, we are in one country and one economy. So if anything goes good, it's good for the people. If it goes bad, it's the same bad for the people. So I think as a business people, we have the wherewithal to create the jobs. You know, governments come out with policies, but the rest is left with the private sector. If the private sector is thriving, then you know that, yeah, the economy is doing well.
Second Vice Chairman of the Chamber, Alexander Bewang, tells Joy Business he is hopeful the Business Forum will enhance competitiveness and improve the business environment in Ghana.
If you look at the caliber of people, businesses we have here, they look promising, and members have come because they understand the policies that the government is bringing. And it's still too early, but once the business community embraces it, we should be able to help our people and create the jobs so that the 24-hour economy becomes a reality.
The Executive Business Forum was on the theme Navigating Economic Uncertainty, Strategic Outlook for Ghanaian Businesses. The bank has introduced a new mortgage initiative designed to assist clients in acquiring cars and homes through a convenient installment payment plan. The offer comes at a competitive loan rate and is specifically tailored to enable customers to lock in the current prices of their preferred assets, shielding them from the impact of inflation.
It's committed to assisting its clients in securing assets such as cars and homes through the introduction of its mortgage initiative. This initiative is designed to cushion clients by allowing them to lock in the prices of their preferred assets against the impact of inflation. Head of Asset Products at Ecobank Ghana, Felix Saki, emphasized the urgency for clients to take advantage of the offer. According to him, securing a car or home through the facility means beneficiaries can avoid future price hikes caused by the country's current inflationary trends.
The Ecobank Auto Loan is coming at an incredible interest rate, zero down payment. We have a discounted comprehensive insurance working for us. So those are the key things that you benefit when you take the Ecobank Auto Loan. We are giving you the opportunity to take a loan from us at an incredible interest rate. I can tell you our interest rate is the best on the market. No bank is able to match it. This gives us a chance of allowing our customers to buy vehicles and buy houses for themselves.
He further reiterated that the mortgage package is available to all salary account holders of the bank and encourages them to consider the long-term benefits of investing in assets today while spreading the cost over a manageable repayment period.
All salaried workers that receive their salary through Ecobank and they work for any of our pre-approved companies are entitled to it. The prices of vehicles that we know like 5 years ago have gone higher than what we expected. If you take a loan now, you'll be able to buy a vehicle today, as compared to you saving towards it. And as you save, the prices keep doubling or going up. So it becomes like you're chasing a shadow. But at this rate, you'll be able to get a vehicle today and you can drive it now whilst you pay for it later.
Ecobank's latest move is seen as part of its broader effort to support financial stability and asset ownership among its customer base.
Thank you so much for watching Business Live. I am Pius Kojo-Baka. We have more stories for you when you log on to myjoyonline.com/business. Do enjoy the rest of our programs.